That is normal. Well, maybe today it is normal. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, it was unheard of. And Varna Sankara, what does it do? Let us see further. Sankaro narakayaiva Kulagnanam kulasya cha Patanti pitaro hesham Lupta pindodaka kriyaha So indeed he says Kulasya Sankaraha Narakaya eva. This mixture of, communities will only cause hell. Hell will break loose in the families. Because in our families, no individual marries an individual. Families marry families, so to speak. It is two families that come together. And therefore the family traditions get all mixed up. They're all confused. People don't know how to relate. These two people who come together in a pratiloma marriage or anuloma marriage, what happens is the family members that were to provide the support system brings confusion in them. The actions are misconstrued. The Kula dharmas are not followed. The woman does not know this way of doing things. The man does not know her way of doing things. And each families are totally, they distort, their perceptions are distorted. And therefore in the process what happens is nobody understands anybody. Hell breaks loose in homes and judgments are passed. Labelings happen, is it not true? All these are inevitable consequences of Varna Sankaraha in a society whose collective consciousness still sits in Varna. Still where traditions are important. If it's a culture where traditions have lost, destroyed, completely out, they don't exist anymore, melting pot cultures like America. What Varna Sankara? Anybody can marry anybody. But where traditions matter, where ancestry matters, where a family legacy matters, where purity of the blood matters, their maryadas matter. Boundaries definitely matter. Within the boundaries you grow. Violating boundaries you only perish. Why? Because that is how ancient societies protected their civilizational identity. Societies which are melting pot cultures had no civilizational identity. They are bachas. They are born just 200, 300, 400 years ago. But if there is a land which is vibrant and alive, to speak history of thousands of years, where divinities have lived, where sages have lived, where there is such a legacy of ancient culture and traditions, such wealth, such capacities of human beings who were Shrestha, exalted. They were people who could see ahead, who could live beyond time and space limitations, people who could even cross lokas and come. A civilization that taught the people to go beyond the material universe. That civilization's legacy, it is its family traditions, its social traditions, its religious traditions, its spiritual traditions are priceless heritage of this planet. Priceless heritage of this planet. People today United Nations looks for World Heritage Sites. What are World Heritage Sites? Tell me. Noorani has come under that World Heritage Site. One little Agrahara that can boast of its existence, what, maybe about 1,000 years? Noorani? About 1,000. What is 1,000 years? In this land? What is 1,000 years in this? Even a banyan tree is older. Our stone temples, Brihadishwara temple is all beyond. And a civilization that existed and moved from generation to generation has definitely a consciousness, is it not? A collective consciousness which needs to be protected, which needs to be respected, which cannot afford to be violated. And if those get violated, if that is disturbed, and it has been disturbed in the past 1,000 years in this land, 1,000 years of invasions, each one breaking the backbone of this culture and the society. Today, all we have is Varna Sankaraha. Today, what we see around is no more that collective consciousness sitting, no more the dharma, the cosmic dharma which metamorphoses into a human civilization. The cosmic justice has its divine language. And in its revelations, it gave this culture, this civilization, a consciousness of handling the different types of people. It gave. The dharma gave this dharma. This civilization defined it in terms of Kula dharma, Jati dharma, Ashrama dharma, Swadharma. These are all the different expressions of dharma which help the society live, protecting the interests of a balanced society. All the different types of works that were required to happen. Any human society needs scholars, intellectuals. Any human society requires laborers. Any human society requires people who can think trade, commerce. Everybody cannot think everything. There are specialized skills. And that specialized skill is called Varna, coloration of the human mind. Coloration called inclinations, inclination. What are you inclined towards? Today they talk of Boston Brahmins, Boston Brahmin means what? High intellectual. It's an expression to show types of people. All are needed for a society to run. And in those days, these professions were defined with their birth, with Janma, with birth. Because from young age, the children will pick up the skills of that tradition. Sonawala beta will be Sonawala. Batli wala beta will